Hello and welcome to Better Body Movement. This class is designed to walk you through some of the most commonly corrupted movement patterns and help you to fix those in order to start feeling well throughout the day. So what we'll do is we're going to start with some self-myofascial release or self-massage in order to loosen the tight muscles in your body. Then we're going to get into a workout routine that actually will teach you how to completely change the way that you move in order to feel well. I'm excited that you've joined us. Please like this video or subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, you're going to get notifications of when we do go live, as well as any new videos that we post. So you do those right now, that way we make sure we have them done. We'll see you in a little bit. Typically, runners who experience shin splints have overused the stabilizing muscles of the ankle as well as the dorsiflexion of the foot. The space between the tibia and the fibula has a sheath wrapped around it called the periosteum. This sheath oftentimes is rubbed raw, creating inflammation and tension on the shin bone. The muscles lining the anterior portion of the shin is the tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. Sitting on a chair in a figure 4 position, locate the edge of the tibia near the thick muscle tissue. To find the tissue we're working on, push the fingers to the edge of the tibia and drop directly into the muscle tissue. Then squeeze into the bone. Move up and down the shin vigorously. After 30 to 40 seconds working in that position, we will work the opposite side of the tibia with the thumbs. Press the fingers into the soft tissue on the opposite side of the shin. Drag the thumbs up and down vigorously for 30 to 40 seconds. Ensure you work all the way from the top to the bottom of the shin. If your fingers have a hard time tolerating the pressure, you can utilize a lacrosse ball. Holding the lacrosse ball cupped in your hand, press into the muscle tissue directly beside the tibia, working your way all the way from the top of the tibia down towards the ankle. Remember to use strong pressure directly near the bone. Continue the same kind of work on the inside portion of the tibia. Here, you can use pressure from your palm pressing into the muscle tissue, while your other hand cups the ball, allowing you to create the up and down motion. Another way to work the anterior tibialis is by sitting sideways on a foam roller and leaning forward, putting pressure down into the foam roller. Obviously, this takes some balance and coordination in order to keep the pressure on the foam roller. In this position, flex the foot and relax, making sure you squeeze the anterior tibialis. Once complete with the foam roller, in the same position, utilize the lacrosse ball, creating a more pinpointed pressure on the muscle. Work your way up and down the muscle tissue right beside the shin. Typically, runners who experience shin splints have overused the stabilizing muscles of the ankle as well as the dorsiflexion of the foot. The space between the tibia and the fibula has a sheath wrapped around it called the periosteum. This sheath oftentimes is rubbed raw, creating inflammation and tension on the shin bone. The muscles lining the anterior portion of the shin is the tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. Sitting on a chair in a figure 4 position, locate the edge of the tibia near the thick muscle tissue. To find the tissue we're working on, push the fingers to the edge of the tibia and drop directly into the muscle tissue. Then squeeze into the bone. Move up and down the shin vigorously. After 30 to 40 seconds working in that position, we will work the opposite side of the tibia with the thumbs. Press the fingers into the soft tissue on the opposite side of the shin. Drag the thumbs up and down vigorously for 30 to 40 seconds. Ensure you work all the way from the top to the bottom of the shin. If your fingers have a hard time tolerating the pressure, you can utilize a lacrosse ball. Holding the lacrosse ball cupped in your hand, press into the muscle tissue directly beside the tibia, working your way all the way from the top of the tibia down towards the ankle. Remember to use strong pressure directly near the bone. Continue the same kind of work on the inside portion of the tibia. Here, you can use pressure from your palm pressing into the muscle tissue, while your other hand cups the ball, allowing you to create the up and down motion. Another way to work the anterior tibialis is by sitting sideways on a foam roller and leaning forward, putting pressure down into the foam roller. Obviously, this takes some balance and coordination in order to keep the pressure on the foam roller. In this position, flex the foot and relax, making sure you squeeze the anterior tibialis. Once complete with the foam roller, in the same position, utilize the lacrosse ball, creating a more pinpointed pressure on the muscle. Work your way up and down the muscle tissue right beside the shin. Typically, runners who experience shin splints have overused the stabilizing muscles of the ankle as well as the dorsiflexion of the foot. The space between the tibia and the fibula has a sheath wrapped around it called the periosteum. This sheath oftentimes is rubbed raw, creating inflammation and tension on the shin bone. The muscles lining the anterior portion of the shin is the tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. Sitting on a chair in a figure 4 position, locate the edge of the tibia near the thick muscle tissue. To find the tissue we're working on, push the fingers to the edge of the tibia and drop directly into the muscle tissue. Then squeeze into the bone. Move up and down the shin vigorously. After 30 to 40 seconds working in that position, we will work the opposite side of the tibia with the thumbs. Press the fingers into the soft tissue on the opposite side of the shin. Drag the thumbs up and down vigorously for 30 to 40 seconds. Ensure you work all the way from the top to the bottom of the shin. If your fingers have a hard time tolerating the pressure, you can utilize a lacrosse ball. Holding the lacrosse ball cupped in your hand, press into the muscle tissue directly beside the tibia, working your way all the way from the top of the tibia down towards the ankle. Remember to use strong pressure directly near the bone. Continue the same kind of work on the inside portion of the tibia. Here, you can use pressure from your palm pressing into the muscle tissue, while your other hand cups the ball, allowing you to create the up and down motion. Another way to work the anterior tibialis is by sitting sideways on a foam roller and leaning forward, putting pressure down into the foam roller. Obviously, this takes some balance and coordination in order to keep the pressure on the foam roller. In this position, flex the foot and relax, making sure you squeeze the anterior tibialis. Once complete with the foam roller, in the same position, utilize the lacrosse ball, creating a more pinpointed pressure on the muscle. Work your way up and down the muscle tissue right beside the shin.
Codependency is a great big thing.
Yeah.
You probably know a lot about that too.
Certainly do. All right, good morning, ladies. Chris, Clara, Gail, good to see you guys. Glad you're here. We got a leg day on tap, so we will get through our I dedicates, our verse of the day, and then get to working out. So same pretty much on the list. I have no updates on anything. Didn't even see something come through yet for Sky, so I don't know how chemo went yesterday. Hopefully the numbers went to where they were so she can go through the transplant process of that bone marrow. But otherwise, I believe pretty much everything is the same as before last week. Remember, I have just the names above us on the workout. So periodically through your workout, remember, we're dedicating our time and intention right now to these individuals. We're trying to make this workout mean something more than just what I get out of it. Right? So we want to be giving out as well by dedicating and having an intentional time for these individuals. So keep them in your prayers as we go through today. Our verse of the day, but he gives more grace. Isn't that beautiful? He gives more grace. Therefore it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. James 4:6. I'm telling you, James, that's incredibly powerful book. You can chew on that for a year and still feel like you're not getting it right. Anyway, at least that's me. Maybe I'm the only one. Oh, here we go. Let's get into the workout. Ladies, grab that leg day and get going. Remember, we will do a little warm-up. These are the tools if you want to follow along with each different part. That would be fantastic. And remember, you can always change too, right? You can change from the intermediate, the basic, or the advanced. There might be one exercise that you like one of the other ones better. You can do, first round as basic, second round as intermediate, and then third round as advanced. It doesn't matter to me. Just make sure that you are doing what you need through the movements. And then we're going to think the B's, right? Our 3 B's, because we're on leg day. So we've got butt, belly, and everyone's confused. No one knows what it is. Bra strap, that's what it is. We're going to get that bra strap tight as well. So as we create any movements through the legs, right, butt is going to be tight, core is going to be compressed. That helps me to get a nice firm spine as I sit and stand. And then shoulders, right? I don't want to sit and be drooping, right? So I want to pull those shoulders back, keep my head in alignment, and then go, right? Big circles, whoo, really sore. Oh, good for me just to get shoulders. Oh, and again, I didn't share a lot yesterday. Probably won't be sharing a lot, but if you could, just keep Ashley and I in your prayers, just timing, intervention stuff that we just need to get through and be helpful through. So just kind of a busy, stressful time right now. Not so much that I'm not making class. Okay, good, March. Get those knees pumping, blood flow going. You should feel a little bit of a breathing change even by the time we get done with this 4 minutes. It should be a good way to get those muscles just pumping through as we go, okay? All right.
So I won't just say
tight core when we go through our leg day again, right? Our leg swings, make sure that it's just nice and loose. Remember, your joint is just trying to get lubricated, so we're not forcing huge movements, okay? Good hip flexor stretch. Remember that back leg, get that straight, but that back leg shouldn't mean it pulls your hips back too, right? You want to keep those hips pointed straight forward. Lock that knee, tuck that tail. We should get a nice stretch through from the hip. Then you can pull that knee up, kind of walk in place, nice stretch, pull the knee up. About a 2 to 3 second stretch is good. You might even do this, kind of walking across the floor, right? Walk across the room. Pull that knee up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Pull the knee up, stretch, stretch, stretch. And we'll get ready after this one. Remember, we start with squats. Core, you're going to rip the floor apart. Squeeze your glutes all the way through when you stand back up, okay?
3, 2, 1. Get ready to squat.
Okay, butt, belly, bra strap. All three. Butt, belly, bra strap.
Three, 2, 1. Squat.
Get ready to go. Core compress, shoulder blades down back, squeeze tight, tight, tight. And we're doing your absolute best through the movement.
That's
okay?
halfway.
Core compressed. Again, squeeze, 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 squeeze.
Three,
Good, ladies.
2,
Ripping that floor
1.
apart.
Transition to single leg step down.
Okay, so single leg work. So again, you can do lunges where we go 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're trying to bend the back knee, go straight down, and then push back up.
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
Or you can do single leg step downs. You can do step ups on an actual step, or you can do RDLs like Jacob. Remember, if you want to switch and do one exercise each, you can switch at the halfway, which leg you're using.
That's halfway.
Okay. So if you're doing that, make sure you switch legs here, and then pick one of the other ones for the next exercise. Okay. Or if you want to do the same one the whole way through on one leg, awesome. There's room to do one more on the other leg
3, 2,
for the same
1.
exercise.
Switch sides.
Okay, so either switch sides or switch exercises. Pick good mornings, single leg step downs, step ups, lunges. You might even be able to do single leg balance. Whatever you guys need. I don't want to force you
2,
into one cookie
1.
cutter process.
Single leg step
Look
down.
at what you need. What is difficult for you, and then challenge that. Right? The challenge is what's going to bring about the change that we want to see in our physical capacity.
That's halfway.
Very good. Tall and tight. Again, re-squeeze, right? Butt, belly, bra strap. Anytime, especially when we're standing, you should feel the
3,
whole posterior
2,
chain, the backside.
1. Transition to
Feel
good
all of
morning.
that nice and tight. Holding you upright. Okay? Very good. Switch out. Good mornings.
3, 2, 1. Good morning.
Remember, with good mornings, you want to be pushing your butt back horizontally. That's really what I'm trying to prove over on the screen here, is that your back stays flat. You just push your butt all the way back, right? Horizontal movement of those hips. So it should be like a pushing this
That's
direction
halfway.
rather than the back folding over, right? It's not a vertical movement. It's a horizontal movement of the hips. Okay? Good squeeze. Tight, tight, tight.
3,
Especially up.
2,
Squeeze
1.
the butt.
Transition to monster walk.
Awesome. Good
3,
monster walks.
2, 1. Monster walk.
Remember, a big thing with this kind of walk is as we get in that quarter squat, or we go, bend those knees just a little bit. We want to load the tension in the hips, so this is not a passive just sitting down. It's an active, after we sit, give it a little push and squeeze your butt. Right?
That's
Load those
halfway.
hips. You should almost feel like, I say it's like you're holding in a fart. Okay? It should feel like you're kind of pinching together still, even though you are sitting down a little bit. It is difficult, but it is good.
3,
Okay.
2,
Awesome.
1. Transition to VMO left.
Okay, VMOs, so we can sit on the chair or we can use band attached to a pole or a wall in some way, shape, or form. And when we do this,
3,
so I'll kind of show
2,
Jacob's
1.
setup
VMO
here.
left.
Right, so what he's doing is the knee is actually being pulled towards the wall. Right, so he's getting this inward motion. So instead of the band winning and pulling his knee in, we try to keep the knee out and then go through that straightening process. Okay? And all the while,
That's
we're
halfway.
pressing the heel down, pulling the toes up. You can really see that in the way that he does this. And that should be every single one of the exercises, whether you're doing basic, intermediate, or advanced, it doesn't matter. You should be doing always be doing that. Press the heel away,
3,
pull the toes
2,
up.
1. Transition to VMO right.
Good. Other side. Other side.
Three, 2,
Here we
1.
go.
VMO right.
Good. VMOs. Tight squeeze. Firm, firm, firm. Okay, doing your absolute best. Your absolute best. Pressing, pressing. Tight, tight, tight.
That's halfway.
Awesome.
Three, 2, 1.
Very good.
Transition to hamstring curl.
Okay, hamstring curls. Here we go. Bend those knees.
3,
Pull those heels
2,
hard.
1. Hamstring.
And remember, if you're sitting, well, any of these, try to get tall through your spine, right? Core is still compressed. Pull those heels as hard as you can. Bend those knees tight, 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 tight. If you have a foam roller, right, kind of like Jenny here, make sure you're pulling those heels as hard as you can, like you're trying to break
That's
that foam
halfway.
roller with every ounce of pressure that you've got.
Three, 2, 1. Long rest.
Okay, long rest. Get a drink. Okay, so first round is done. Typically, I kind of let that sit as a warm-up round, just getting your body going, okay? If you want to change styles, okay, I promote 3 different kinds. Neurological training, connecting the brain to the muscle tissue, very slow, about 4 to 5 reps the entire exercise. Strength training, adding more resistance, or cardio training, what we'll call quote-unquote cardio training, more repetitions. Okay, so you can go a lighter weight, do more repetitions, but all the while, your 3 Bs, don't lose them.
3, 2, 1. Get ready to squat. Three, 2, 1. Squat.
So here we go. Again, core compressed, nice and tight. With your legs, you're trying to rip the floor apart before you even start. Okay, so set into place, core tight, shoulders down and back. Rip, 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 rip.
That's
And
halfway.
as you're going down, continue to rip the floor apart. Pressure should be out, 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 out. As you stand up, squeeze your butt. Stand tight, 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 tight. The whole while, core and shoulders. Okay? It should not be an easy movement. This shouldn't be just walking through the process. If you're doing that, go do it somewhere else.
1.
We
Transition
need to do this
single leg
to
step
get
down.
activation. Right? It's not just movement that we're going for. We're going for the right kind of movement that activates your muscles while you go through it. Okay?
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
Good, good, good. Now those RDLs, Marsha's doing her RDLs. I want you to think, reach your foot back as far as you can. So Marsha, I think you're trying to touch them back there, right? I want you to put
That's
your foot right
halfway.
in their conversation. Does that feel a little different? Reaching back? So what that does is it makes it almost like a good morning. We're pushing our hip, our butt backwards, trying to reach that foot, and then stand up. Squeeze
3,
with that butt cheek.
2,
Tight
1.
squeeze.
Switch sides.
Other side. Yep, now kick me. Come on, Marsha, get me. I better not say that too much.
3,
She might.
2, 1. Single leg step down.
Sorry about that, I was just a little close. Good. You are intimidating, Marsha.
That's halfway.
Very good, ladies. Do your absolute best. Again, core compressed, shoulders down and back. Tight, tight, tight. Making your way through. Do your absolute best.
3, 2,
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
1. Transition to good morning. Three, 2, 1. Good
Sure do.
morning.
Available free on YouTube. Sure. I usually just send the link because I'm not that well found on. I'm not YouTube famous, so take a little bit more
That's
than
halfway.
my name. That does bring up a question. I wonder what my name does pull up on YouTube. We're gonna find out, just because that's my ADD-ness that we deal with around here.
3, 2,
Okay.
1. Transition to monster walk.
Oh, my name does come up. Show subscribe. But Shay Coleman, owner of Top Down Performance.
3, 2, 1. Monster walk.
On the Buckets podcast. Oh, there it is. Core workout with plantar fasciitis. One of them. Oh yeah, I forgot I did a mandatory minute. I'm in there. That's funny.
That's
Forgot about the
halfway.
mandatory minute. That was on Jeremy Scott's page. He's down in.
Mostly mine.
Interesting.
Shades inside.
You know, it's rare. I think it's rare you ever Google or YouTube yourself. Like, search your own name, you know? So it's weird when you see
2,
what's out there.
1. Transition to VMO left.
All right, very good. And maybe it's location and it might be my profile. You know? I'm in Clear Lake, Iowa, so if I search Shay Coleman, it would bring up more of Clear Lake, Iowa, Shay Coleman.
3,
First, I wonder what someone would find in Orlando, Florida.
VMO
You know?
left.
I bet they would find way different stuff. All right, good BMOs. Remember, sit tall, tall, tall. Core tight, shoulders down and back. We don't want to be slumping down trying to get our legs straight. Sit tall, tall, tall. Squeeze firm.
That's halfway.
Oh, yeah. Good core compression. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice and tight. Get that quad firing.
3, 2,
Awesome, ladies.
1. Transition to VMO right.
Okay, BMO on the other side. Again, this is not a kick. You shouldn't be getting a lot of movement or
3,
momentum going.
2, 1.
This is a squeeze.
BMO right.
Right? So it's all about getting the quad tight, tight, tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Push the heel away. Pull the toes up. Squeeze tighter, tighter. And then relax, okay? Like even that one rep with me, I think I almost put my quad into a cramp. Right? Like squeeze it really hard. Okay? And again, if you have troubles with your knees and even just the VMOs are hard, sit on the edge of the chair, let your heel sit on the ground, and then just start kind of bouncing that kneecap around by trying to, just move and activate that quad. Right? Just get it moving.
3, 2,
Just pump
1. Transition to hamstring curl.
Okay, hamstring curls. And remember, pull
3,
those heels
2,
hard, hard, hard.
1. Hamstring.
Nice and tight, doing your best to pull. Try to break that foam roller.
That's halfway.
Okay, good. Core compression, squeeze nice and tight. I thought it was pretty crazy. It was 34 degrees when I woke up this morning.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it already
Long
started
rest.
going down because it was 30 then by. Awesome. Very good work, ladies. Very, very good work. Okay, long rest. Again, set your mind for what you're going to be doing this next round. Again, neurological, slow controlled. That means I want about a 4-second, right? 4 seconds down, 2-second hold, 4 seconds squeezing up nice and tall, and then repeat. Down for 4, hold 2, up for 4, squeeze tight, back down. Okay, help that brain connect. Then you can do strength, add more resistance, or cardio,
3,
add more reps.
2, 1. Get ready to squat.
Good morning.
Here we go.
3,
Rip that
2,
floor apart.
1. Squat.
Okay, remember, imagine like you're standing on a piece of paper. I want you to pull your feet apart like you're going to rip that piece of paper right down the middle, okay? And not that your feet roll. Your feet shouldn't
That's
change.
halfway.
Keep your feet flat. We rip, 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 rip. Good. Core compression. Squeeze tight. Staying nice and tall. Core and shoulders, core and shoulders.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Transition to single leg step down.
Okay, single leg step downs. Okay, so again, either single leg step downs, you can do step ups on an actual step, lunges,
3,
or RDLs.
2,
Any one.
1. Single leg step down.
Tim, how'd your finger end up turning out?
Good, very good.
Nice.
That's halfway.
Very good. Awesome work, ladies. Doing your absolute best through the movement. Absolute best.
3, 2, 1. Switch sides.
Good. All right, other side. Switch it up. Oh,
3,
there's Randy. Maybe
2,
we'll
1. Single leg step
hear
down.
even more. Oh, that's right. I found out after. I forgot. I got that update. I found out after class. Lois had sent me a message. Aaron's ankle did get infected, and they're having to go back in and try to clean it out.
That's halfway.
So that is something that we do need to be praying about for Erin, is just praying against that infection as much as we possibly can. She needs help in that, so be praying for her. Good core compression.
2, 1. Transition to good morning.
All right, good mornings. Remember, try to reach your butt back behind you and then stand up tall. Okay, shoulders down and back.
3, 2, 1. Good morning.
It did look like what she showed me. Yeah.
It's one of those, if you have a queasy stomach, you don't want to see it.
Oh, Lindsay. Anybody that
That's
drew blood for a
halfway.
living. I need to stand in front of you. Oh, 35. 32.
3, 2, 1. Transition to monster walk. Three, 2, 1. Monster walk. That's halfway.
Good. Tight squeeze, tight squeeze. Core compress, shoulders down and back.
Three, 2,
Very good,
1.
ladies.
Transition to VMO left.
Into the VMO. Remember, straight leg. So,
Three, 2, 1. VMO left.
so we're praying for her. I think as many as possible we can get. That it's a nasty wound.
That is Sky.
Sky,
That's
yeah.
halfway.
Some crazy.
You know, you think people have problems. Hear about somebody 20.
Yeah.
I'm not even want that to see.
3,
That's
2,
why I like our group.
1. Transition to VMO right.
Take time and be sure to dedicate individuals and really be praying for them. It's encouraging. All right, here we go. Other side.
3, 2.
Good VMO. Remember,
1.
straighten that
VMO
knee.
right.
Again, you're trying to fire the top of the front of your leg, so that quadricep, right? Get that quad really tight. Compress that core and sit tall. And again, this is not a kick. So either in the chair or standing up,
That's halfway.
like me over there. Either one, you're not kicking the knee. You're trying to squeeze the knee straight, 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 and then create the movement, right? Good tight squeeze. Firm, firm, firm.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hamstring curl.
There you go. Good hamstring curls. Last one this round. Remember, sit tall, compress that core, pull those heels as hard as you possibly can.
3, 2,
Okay.
1. Hamstring.
And remember, you're trying to explode that foam roller. Okay, try to break it. Sit tall, shoulders down and back, pull hard, pull hard, pull hard. If you're in the chair just like Jenny, make sure you're pulling like you're trying to pull your butt off the chair, right? And you might even try
That's
that from a
halfway.
really tall position too, without leaning back, and see if that makes a difference even, right? Sit tall, pull those heels, see if you can pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Tight, tight, tight. Very good, ladies, all the way through. All the way through, do
3,
your absolute best.
1.
Awesome.
Long rest.
Very good. Get a drink, take a short rest, and then we'll get going on round 4. So again, prepare for yourself. Use this minute. Think about what your next round's going to be. Visualize it. See it. Am I going to be moving faster, more weight, or am I going to stay, be slow and controlled and really focus on the brain connecting to the muscle tissue so I can make the movements that I want to make? Okay? Good squeeze.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready to squat. Three, 2, 1. Squat.
Tall and tight, core compressed, shoulders down and back, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right, doing your best. Compress that core. Rip
That's
that floor
halfway.
apart all the way through. Every time you stand tall, I want you to do for me now a 1 second hold. Stand tall, squeeze, tight, tight, and then back down. Stand tall, squeeze, tight, 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 back down. Okay, good, tight, firm squeeze.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome.
Transition to single leg step down.
Good. Single leg step downs. Or lunges, or RDLs.
Three,
Again, if we're going to do lunges, try to
1.
load that back
Single
leg.
leg step
We're not
down.
leaning our bodies forward when we do a lunge. That's one way of doing it, yes. But we want to try to load both legs with 50% of your weight. Right? So then both legs have 50% of your body weight rather than one leg dominating and pressing up the majority of your
That's halfway.
body weight.
Neither one of them needs like that.
Right about that. That's why we challenge this. Just go to that challenge point and push up. Challenge point and push up.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Switch sides.
Other side. One thing that I've known to help, Lois does this here too, she'll use balance pads, but you can put a pillow, like one of your throw pillows off the couch, you can put that under your knee. Sometimes that's really
3,
helpful just to
2,
know you have a soft
1.
pad that
Single
your
leg
knee
step
will
down.
touch. Rather than thinking, oh, I need to, go all the way to the floor, anything like that. We want to just be focused on how well are you doing the movement, right? Can you perform that movement the way that it's supposed to be done using your butt, keeping your core tight, shoulders down and back, and pressing through both
That's
legs.
halfway.
Okay, again, RDLs, just like Jacob, you want to be reaching your foot back as far as you can, right? So he's trying to hit Jenny with his foot, pushing back, reaching. Anytime we do a single-legged squat or step up, it's like you're sitting in a chair.
3, 2, 1. Transition to good morning.
Awesome. Good mornings.
Three, 2, 1. Good morning.
Okay, stay nice and tall through that spine, right? We're hinging only at the hip joint. Reach your butt back behind you and then pull forward. Marsha's got it set up in here where the band
That's
actually
halfway.
is around her waist and she walked around. So the band is actually pulling back and then you have to pull and stretch that band. So again, tuck your butt when you get to the top. Your pelvis should be squeezing or rotating under almost like a pelvic tilt, right?
3,
So the butt's not just
2,
here and we
1.
arch the back.
Transition to monster walk.
Tuck, squeeze, nice and tight. And monster walks. Remember, if you are more knock-kneed, your
3,
knees kind of go in
2,
towards each other. Put the
1.
band at your
Monster
knees
walk.
to try to force yourself to get those knees out. I don't want the band down at your knees. I know that's a more advanced movement, but it's also for someone who physiologically can tolerate it. If your knees are coming inward naturally, that's not a tolerant place to be, is to put the band way down here and try to force even more out. We want to focus on
That's
getting
halfway.
the knees out over those feet, okay? And again, squeezing, holding that fart in. You ever hear that? You don't use that one, Jacob?
3,
Yeah, it's a good one.
2,
Want someone to
one.
form a Kegels.
Transition to
Just
the MO
hold in
left.
the fart. Diarrhea is about to plague you, so squeeze tight.
Well, perish the thought, right?
I mean, nothing but the best thoughts for you guys in the morning.
3,
But it does. It makes a
2,
difference when we actually
1.
think through, oh yeah,
VMO left.
that's the squeeze I'm looking for. I think of when I was like 10 years old, and we were on a road trip, and all of a sudden it's like, whoop, I gotta go. Well, we got like 5 miles. I can't make it 5 miles.
That's halfway.
Very good. Again, core compressed, shoulders down and back. Squeeze tight, tight, tight. Again, you're not kicking your foot up. I want you to squeeze that VMO. Okay, squeeze nice and tight. It's all about what that
3,
quad is doing
2,
above your knee.
1. Transition to VMO right.
2 more, ladies. 2 more, and then we are done with the workout portion. Then we can go into some SMR work.
3, 2, 1. VMO right.
All right, here we go. Tall, tall, tall. Core compressed. Squeezing nice and tight through that quadricep. Making sure that you get all that you can out of it. Okay? Compress, compress, compress.
That's halfway.
Awesome. Tight core. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Transition to hamstring curl.
All right, hamstring curls, last one. Remember, bend those knees as hard as you can. Try to break that foam roller, okay, with as
3,
much pressure as you
2,
can give.
1.
Bend those knees.
Hamstring.
Bend those knees. Pull, pull, pull. Drive those heels. Okay, drive those heels. Pull nice and tight. Squeezing, squeezing. Okay, you might actually even feel even more if you think pull.
That's halfway.
Press your feet into the floor and pull. Right? Try to squash your heels down in the floor. Pull back, down, pull. As hard as you can. Again, sit tall, shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. Pull them, tight, tight,
3,
tight.
2, 1. Long rest.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Very good work, ladies. Again, be in prayer for Erin as she continues to go through this healing process. So yeah, the swelling in the incision actually became infected to a point where they had stitched it together. It actually broke through the stitches. So please, please, please be praying for them through this. Gail, Clara, Chris, you're very welcome. That was a fantastic class. Remember, continue to work through the self-myofascial release work. If you don't have any pain, wonderful. Work through it anyway. Again, we're trying to push prevention as much as possible. Don't wait for something to hurt to try to fix it. Fix it before it hurts. That's my thought. So take the time to do that where you are going through shin splints. So again, if you got no problem anywhere else, do the shin splint video. If you do have a problem somewhere else, go to a video of the SMR work that you need, whether it's headache, shoulders, back, whatever it is. Make sure you work through it. Okay? Big caveat with the SMR, just to make sure that we clarify this continuously. If you work something really hard, right? We work with a lacrosse ball, we break down muscle tissue and really spend time digging on muscles. Leave it alone for 48 hours. Do not reapply pressure to that muscle tissue until 48-hour point where it's finally kind of healed. Then you can go back in and do it again. Otherwise, you're going to turn your muscle just into raw meat. Any sort of light work, if you're doing lymphatic work, drainage, just trying to pull lightly through the muscle tissue, yes, you can do that as much as you want. Okay? Difference between the two. Have an absolutely wonderful day, ladies. We're going to go into our self-myofascial release for shin splints. As always, I'm here to help you move well so you live well.
Typically, runners who experience shin splints have overused the stabilizing muscles of the ankle as well as the dorsiflexion of the foot. The space between the tibia and the fibula has a sheath wrapped around it called the periosteum. This sheath oftentimes is rubbed raw, creating inflammation and tension on the shin bone. The muscles lining the anterior portion of the shin is the tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. Sitting on a chair in a figure 4 position, locate the edge of the tibia near the thick muscle tissue. To find the tissue we're working on, push the fingers to the edge of the tibia and drop directly into the muscle tissue. Then squeeze into the bone. Move up and down the shin vigorously. After 30 to 40 seconds working in that position, we will work the opposite side of the tibia with the thumbs. Press the fingers into the soft tissue on the opposite side of the shin. Drag the thumbs up and down vigorously for 30 to 40 seconds. Ensure you work all the way from the top to the bottom of the shin. If your fingers have a hard time tolerating the pressure, you can utilize a lacrosse ball. Holding the lacrosse ball cupped in your hand, press into the muscle tissue directly beside the tibia, working your way all the way from the top of the tibia down towards the ankle. Remember to use strong pressure directly near the bone. Continue the same kind of work on the inside portion of the tibia. Here, you can use pressure from your palm pressing into the muscle tissue, while your other hand cups the ball, allowing you to create the up and down motion. Another way to work the anterior tibialis is by sitting sideways on a foam roller and leaning forward, putting pressure down into the foam roller. Obviously, this takes some balance and coordination in order to keep the pressure on the foam roller. In this position, flex the foot and relax, making sure you squeeze the anterior tibialis. Once complete with the foam roller, in the same position, utilize the lacrosse ball, creating a more pinpointed pressure on the muscle. Work your way up and down the muscle tissue right beside the shin.